everybody, and welcome back to the Spotlight. As promised, we have some of our guests here from the Broadway Dance Academy. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Appreciate you taking time out of your schedules. Now, what we have here is the Broadway Dance Academy Elite Team.
Correct.
Jeanette, you are the owner of the studio
Yes.
and the head choreographer.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what the difference is between the Elite Team and some of the other teams and other classes that you teach.
Well, Broadway Dance Academy has a lot of competition teams. They all audition for a certain spot in the studio. This team is a little bit different because we travel, we do a lot of traveling and compete, and it's also the team that competes with Ava. So it's the one that was, when they all auditioned, the closest that I had that I felt that they balanced each other out or they worked well together. They have a very strong bond and they work very well. So and that's the same for a lot of our teams.
Okay.
It's just at different levels. This one just does a little bit more traveling.
Okay, now when you select the team, do you kind of just pay attention to some of the other dance studios? Do you hold a tryout? How does somebody become a member of the Elite Team?
We hold tryouts every summer. A lot of the girls come from the studio, so a lot of them continue up, but we have new girls coming in all the time or asking about auditioning. So we have an open audition through the summer, and that's how all of these girls came about. So, and we do a whole summer session, and then we hold tryouts, and we pick them from there.
Okay, very good. Well, let's meet the team. Let's start right here. Go ahead and just say your name, how old you are, and what age you were when you first started dancing.
I'm Ava Cota. I am 12 years old, and I started dancing when I was 2 years old.
2 years old.
Yeah. It was early.
I'd
I had
be
no
lucky.
clue what I was doing on stage. You know, I was like, hey!
Well, I'd be lucky if I was walking at 2, so that's awesome. I just started dancing at 2. And go ahead.
Hi, I'm Nina Candela. I'm 9 years old, and I started dancing when I was 3.
3 years old, okay, so a little bit older. And let's go to the back row here.
Hi, my name is Miranda Wilking. I'm 17 years old, and I started dancing when I was 2 years old also.
Another 2 years old, incredible.
Hello, I am Melanie Wilking, and I am 15 years old, and I started dancing when I was 2 years old as well.
2 years old. So we have dancing babies in the studio, okay.
Yes, hello, my name is Natalie Bebko. I'm 13, and I started dancing when I was 3 years old.
Wow, okay.
Hi, I'm Chloe Burbis. I'm 10. I started dancing when I was 4.
4 years old. So a wide variety of ages, and you've all started when you were very young, so that's incredible. I mean, it's no wonder when you're starting dance at 2 years old, by the time you're, up to middle school and high school ages, you guys have been doing it forever already.
Right.
So,
We actually at Broadway have some starting at 18 months now. So I think that people, when their kids start running around the house and dancing, whatever, they bring them to us.
Right.
And a lot of studios might not start at 2, but since my daughter started at 2, I want to offer it to everyone else. So it's very, very cute seeing all the little kids running around the studio.
With their little tutus. There's ballet shoes that are like as
barely fit in your hand.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, well, Ava, you are no stranger to television and the media, and especially social media, but we'll get to that in a second. We saw you on TV's Dance Mom show. What was that experience like for you, and kind of how have things changed since you've seen yourself on the show?
It was an amazing experience. It definitely had its ups and downs, but it was amazing just to be a part of the cast and meet the people that I did, because without being on that show, I wouldn't have met some of my best friends right now, and it really has just helped me grow in the dance world as a person and as a dancer, and it just really helped me get my face out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, yeah,
well, you mentioned getting your face out there. We happened to check out on your Instagram, and I believe there was a number that I could barely count to, over 80,000 followers on Instagram, over 1,500 followers on Twitter. What's it like knowing that many people are following you on social media?
It's kind of crazy. I go through my followers and I'm like, who is that? I have no clue. It's kind of weird. And then some people, they're like, you didn't follow me back. And I'm like, oh, I am sorry. I can't really go through my follower list right now.
Right. So it's kind of crazy, all these strangers trying to, be friends and following you just because they've seen your face. And would you say that most of it's been positive, or do you get a little bit of both?
When I started, we got a little bit of both, but I think now that people have seen more of our team's personalities and we've really stepped out. At first, they thought we were trying to take over the new team, and that was kind of where all the negativity came from. But now it's all positive. I mean, I get a couple here and there.
Yeah, but
just-
Mom monitors that. And the minute there's something on there, delete. Yeah.
Well, that was my
There's
next
just
question
some-
is how do you feel about 80,000 followers and 1,500 followers on Twitter?
You know, it seems, and this is something that's been kind of eye-opening to me, it seems like a lot to you or me or whatever, but in comparison to some of the other girls that have been in this industry, 1.2 million. I mean, it's insane. So being able to manage it at 80,000 is, you know, I feel that it's pretty manageable right now. When it gets over to millions, I don't know, I might have to hire someone just for that. But every night I grab her phone and I go through it and I try. You aren't going to get every comment, but one thing I have noticed with her fan base is that when someone posts something negative, I usually don't have to say anything anymore. Her fans come.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's
It's
a
really
really
cool
nice
to
thing.
see.
And she's even noticed it, like, wow, that was really nice. And us making a comment back to that fan saying, you know, thanks for your support or whatever, I think goes a long way. So we try to really use the fan base to help us out.
Very cool. Now, I noticed a couple of you guys dance outside of the Broadway Dance Academy. Tell me a little bit about some of maybe the conventions or some of the other teams that you guys are on. Let's start with the Wilking sisters first.
Yeah, we take a ton of different classes out in like different conventions and everything like that. And I don't know, it's just really widened our dance vocabulary, I guess. And we've really grown even through Broadway Dance Academy through like stretching and strength and everything like that. I mean, we've grown so much as a dancer, and definitely with the conventions too, learning a bunch of different choreography from different people. That's just, it's just a great experience for us. So.
It's really cool. And I know you do stuff with the Pistons.
Yep.
Tell me a
yep.
little bit about that. That's pretty
got-
cool.
Ava dances. Ava and Natalie, they both dance for the Detroit Pistons,
Mom
Okay.
Squad, the Mom Squad.
and we're alumni. Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
So
Actually, all of them
All of
are
us are-
dancing coming up for the
Halftime game.
For the
halftime
halftime
show
game
on
coming up.
December. Is it December 1st?
Second.
December 2nd.
December
So
2nd.
all of them.
At the
so
Pistons?
at the Pistons, at
Very
the Palace.
cool.
So
Yeah.
Ava and Natalie are members of the Mob Squad.
Okay.
They were last year, and Oscar Hernandez, who's in charge of the Mob Squad, Pistons Mob Squad, has asked all of them to join in for the opening.
Yeah.
Well, that's
or for
really
the
cool.
halftime.
Congrats, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
So
We're
very
really
cool.
excited.
they'll be
It's
working
so
on
much
that
fun.
this weekend and next Monday and performing it on Tuesday.
Very cool. Now, the holidays are right around the corner, and I know you guys have some charity work lined up and things of that nature. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, actually, you know, it kind of hits home right here in Warren. Tell me a little bit about the upcoming charity event.
We'd like to do a lot more coming forward, especially into this holiday season. And our first thing that we're going to do is we are raising money for, or bringing in canned goods and everything and trying to help out the Goodfellows organization.
Very cool.
I believe that their slogan is "No kid goes without a present,"
Right.
and that's something that I feel is very important, and I would like to have Broadway Dance Academy do more going forward because I'd really like to give back to the community, especially the children in need. So as much as we can do, we're going to do it.
Well, that's very cool. Tell me a little bit about how you're planning on raising some of the funds. And I know you said it's a canned food drive.
Yes.
Where is it, and how can we help?
Any of you guys want to answer?
Go ahead, Melanie.
If you want.
Some of you guys, yeah.
Well, this Saturday we're doing a dance class, a meet and greet, and people can bring in canned foods, and we're gonna obviously donate that to
Okay.
charity and everything to help out throughout the holidays. So,
Yes.
and then there's gonna be a dance class, so everyone can come out and join, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So.
Yes.
All right. very
And that
cool.
is this Sunday, right?
That-
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday.
This
Good.
Sunday.
Okay.
So they can come out and
For-
dance and work off all their turkey dinner.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I know you
Yeah.
guys have,
And
you
our
know,
pumpkin pie.
you guys have some other upcoming events coming up. What about in December? Anything like that you wanted to touch on?
Well, we have a lot of things coming up, especially with the holidays. So a lot of
Right.
performances. This group gets asked a lot to come out and do performances and
Okay.
specialty things. So anything that comes about, maybe possibly a little bit of traveling, competitions, conventions, and moving forward into the summer, we'll have our annual dance recital. So they
Okay.
can always come out and support that. And the best way to keep up with these kids and Broadway Dance Academy is going on their Facebook page, or on our Facebook page. We try to post as many things as we can, and get the information out there. And obviously following all these girls on Instagram, they post all the time, and just following them because they get asked to do a lot of things last minute, and some things are planned. And as much as we can give back to the community, we love to.
And what kind of conventions and what kind of shows do you guys like to be a part of? What are some of your favorite, do you like doing the halftime stuff? Do you like doing the competitions? I guess, what would be your favorite? Nina, what would be your favorite?
My favorite would probably be like the competitions and all the conventions. Like we just did Wild this
Wild
past
Dance Intensive,
weekend.
yes.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that. Who was the choreographer for that, and did you meet any interesting people?
We actually took from a bunch of different teachers and choreographers. There was Tokyo was there a day. I have no clue how to say his last name. Molly Gray and Jill Wallens. There was a bunch of different.
But some pretty big name choreographers that you guys get to
And that's what we really try to do at Broadway Dance Academy. I want these girls to take as many conventions and take from as many teachers as they can. I encourage it. Even if the studio's not going, I want them to go. So, I don't know exactly how other studios run, but I am all about what's after when they're graduated. I want every opportunity for these kids to be able to do whatever they want. We have Miranda, who's in her senior year, and she's been a huge help at the studio, assisting and doing special things. And she's great with the kids, great, and she gets picked out a lot at conventions because of her age. She's going into that next phase. So I'm pushing her to go to So You Think You Can Dance. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck in trying to get into that. And, let's before we wrap things up here, like we were talking about earlier, the holidays are right around the corner. Let's start with you. We'll start with you, and then we'll kind of make our way front row to the back row. Just tell me your favorite Thanksgiving food.
Oh,
just one item.
Don't
if you could only have one item,
I already know hers.
what would it be?
We actually deep fry a turkey.
Okay.
So I would have to say the turkey.
The deep fried turkey, not
Deep
just
fried-
any turkey.
no,
the
yeah, deep fried turkey.
Okay.
Oh God, I have two that I really.
You gotta have one. You can
I
only
know
have
what
one.
your one
It's
is.
gonna be
Pumpkin pie.
pumpkin pie.
That's my favorite.
Okay. And what's your favorite?
Mine would be the mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
All right. Mine is kind of out of the ordinary, but it's called rutabagas, and I think it's like a squash. That's my favorite.
Okay, the rutabaga. The very uncommon rutabaga. That's your favorite.
My favorite is definitely mashed potatoes.
2 for mashed potatoes. Potatoes is a big hit so far.
I love mashed potatoes.
Oh
too.
man,
3 mashed potatoes.
My favorite food for Thanksgiving is mashed potatoes with gravy. It has to have the gravy.
Has to have gravy. So not just
With the
regular
gravy.
mashed potatoes. It's
With
gotta
the gravy.
Okay. All right. Well,
she's adamant about the gravy.
well, parents out there, don't worry about all the fixings and everything for Thanksgiving. If you have mashed potatoes, Broadway Dance Academy will show up. With
gravy.
With gravy, and as long as there's pumpkin pie, and obviously I imagine the turkey would be there as well. So it doesn't take much to keep you guys happy. I want to thank you guys so much for taking time to come visit with us on the Spotlight. Good luck in everything you do. And once again, what's the Facebook page that they can reach you guys at?
Broadway Dance Academy and Modeling.
All right, well, thank you so much. Stick around. We got plenty more Spotlight coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. The Spotlight will be right back.